Hi, and welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for Alchemy of Souls Part 2, Episode 1. I'm very excited to talk about this, but first, it is the 10th of December, and that means opening the 10th of December Advent Calendar's Star Wars pop figure, so let's check it out. We got a C-3PO snowman. So in the Alchemy of Souls, it's a fantasy romance about a prominent family and woman with a mysterious past navigate a world corrupted by the dark magic of soul swapping. So we're back in the full swing of things in the soul swapping extravaganza, beautifully shot series. We have 10 new episodes coming, and I believe that we're going to get one on each day of the weekend, so a Saturday and a Sunday. This episode for part 2 is 85 minutes long. I love how long they are. They managed to put a lot of time and effort into the series. And episode 1 is about a search leads Ook into Jinawan, where he runs into a mysterious woman who is planning an escape. Meanwhile, haunting visions of the dead trouble him. I feel like this episode took its time into kind of planting us back in the world, kind of reminding us. Because you remember the end of the part 1, the wedding didn't go to what we wanted. We have our protagonist who is in the water. We think that's her life now, because that's always the way it was kind of planned to go. And then we see a woman jumping in after her, and we don't know whether she's saved or not. But then we also have the soul swapping. Is it the daughter or is it not? Who is the person that's locked up in the prison? Were you like me when Jang Ook was fighting the soul swapper and doing what he was basically tasked to do? When he got to the wall, were you going, walk through, go do it? So I like the main arc of this particular episode, where it's basically, can we get her out of this marriage proposal? Our one new protagonist, mysterious person. I think we all know who we think it is. At the same time, Jung-eun, with the bearing of the sword and the weight of killing the spirited ones, the weight of killing those that have been invaded by another soul, once he takes that on and he destroys them and they become stone, when he goes back home at night, the wraiths, because he's used the power of the heavens, basically torment him for the night, which is why his life kind of sucks having to do that. So at the end of this episode, we kind of see the fruition of his plan and ulterior motives. It's probably not quite as romantic as the story may lead on. I reckon he may want to give the stone to someone else. But at the same time, this also frees up our prisoner. That is the whole arc for this episode, and I think it was filmed well. I think the cinematography, as always, looks beautiful. Between the costume designs, the music, and the acting, I think everybody's beautiful. Why are all our main protagonists so beautiful? Because they're the leads, but they also, every time they turn or move, it's like in slow motion. They do the thing with the hair, and it's like, look how amazing I look. Is this my good side? I'll let down my hair and let it flow in the wind. It is all like cliche, that sort of bit. But when we get into some of the action sequences, and they use the magics that they have fighting the spirit ones, I think it works well. I thought that one good action sequence we had near the beginning is done pretty well. Like, it's fun to watch. It's using the fantasy elements. It's using the costume design and the music. There are a few drawbacks that is very culture specific. Like, some of the comedy is very slapstick and feels like it belongs in the 60s or 50s even. You know, it adding noise to a moment for a bit of levity, for a bit of comedy joke that is almost juvenile. That is the sort of comedy that is in here sometimes and doesn't quite go along with the drama that we've just been experiencing. But that, again, like I mentioned, is culture specific. So once you've seen some of this, you'll kind of let that wash over you if it's not that thing, not that part that you like. But the rest, I think you'll be in it for the romance. Now, did you like this first episode? Were you wishing they were going to answer some questions for what happened at the end of episode 20 with part 1? Because they've kind of left it hanging. They're reintroducing the 4 bachelors, really. You know, the prince, the wedding that didn't go right at the end. We saw all the kind of repercussions of how that ending was left. And they've kind of skipped some time, but haven't answered those questions just yet. Let me know what you think of this so far. Do you think they have done it right by kind of leaving those questions and the mysterious mystery for the next few episodes? We only have 10 this time round, not 20. So I hope it does it justice. So far, I'm really enjoying what they've done with it. The acting is fun. Some of the dialogue is a bit cheesy, but for the most part is good. It's a bit drawn out, but I'm really excited to see where the story goes. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.